In the newest rotate in the debate nearby Poland's new genocide law, Jaroslaw Selim told he backed the urge, a go that could flop yet more than stress in Israel and the nation's own Hebrew society. I believe how the history of the destiny of the Poles for planet war couple, in the at first stage, the destroying of our nation by the Nazis and Soviet power, and the other stage, while our nation was by full invasion, deserves to be said, and how the planet should see the terrible losing, he said. Poland's wireless it is quite to recite the formal Deutsche documents of the period, and Nazis' renowned volume to aware how following the Jew, who Nazi requested to fully destroy of Europe, the other stage of his schedule turned on the Slavs and particularly Poles. Same plans were precise. At first, remove the Polish elites that begun in the at first weeks and days of the warfare, and later to rotate Poland in a nation of undereducated slaves for the Nazis to be as a nationality of natural laborers to be their masters. I trust how previous we lose the opportunity to speak the history in the present Musee of Planet War II in Poland. The present Musee doesn't perform the purpose. Time down there is no sign how such a musée will be constructed. Selim believes it if were, it would ensure formation for such he says are really clueless of the affliction of the Poles. Same position how we are in present, the difficult superfluous debate, that is harmful mostly for the victims of both of sides, the largest essential Hebrew and Polish victims, he added. It is unhappy for both of Jew and Poles. And present we should welcome guests and journalists of overseas who appear to be really clueless on the question to a Polish musée, wherever the entire history would be said, and a location love that doesn't already exist wherever we can welcome human beings at the time. Increasing wavelength of intolerant time down there is a unanimity amongst historians how specific Polish individuals and groups did cooperate in the by the Nazi occupiers, latter Polish governments include desired to problem how story. It as well prohibits regulation such as Polish die camps in relationship to Auschwitz and some such a camps arranged in by the Nazi-occupied Poland. Violations would be punished by a penalty or a prison verdict of up to 3 years. Skudrich told the outdoor email was not a policy go but more than of an prospect to show how the society is sense. The is one of the largest destructive effects of the history few weeks, Skudrich told. It is destructive how such a questions are requested and speaks to the brittleness of the position. He's not fair the new law but the color of the debate in nearly no response of management to how color. A thunderous silent by the management. For the genocide, 30,000 to 35,000 Polish Jew were stored in the assist of non-Jewish Polish countrymen, on to Yad Vashem, the Planet Genocide Memory Center in Jerusalem. Yad Vashem has awarded more than Poles as godly amongst the nations, non-Jews who helping Jew for the genocide, rather than such of any some nation, but Israel has charged Poland of trying to overwrite story in the new act. Tensions achieved a new standard on Sunday. Polish Main Secretary Mateusz Morawiecki inflicted indignation at a safety meeting in Germany in comments how Jew were amongst the perpetrators of the genocide. A Polish by the government member desired to clearness Morawiecki's speech, insisting they were not designed to reject the genocide, or accusation the Hebrew victims of the genocide in liability for which was a by the Nazi Germany perpetrated genocidal. Morawiecki's comments sparked rage in Israel, in Main Secretary Benjamin Netanyahu phoning his Polish copy to registry his revulsion. They as well upset lot Jew in Poland, wherever an alleged 10% of its 3.5 millionth Jew kept the genocide. Lot of such who kept and their household members were constrained to keep in 1968 in the midst of an against Zionist campaigning in that the communistic by the government accused the Hebrew society for economical problems. Lot lose their jobs, were attacked in the clique and had their nationality annulled, loser the law always to back to Poland. It was just before 1989 and the drop of communism how Polish Jew were permitted to back household.